As promised from the last video, I want to address those of you who are primarily doing custom, one-of-a-kind, one-off pieces about what kind of guardrails you want to have in place in your custom jewelry business at a time when gold prices are just going banana pants. So guardrail number one that I've often suggested that a lot of my clients have implemented is having a design fee. So customer comes to you, they want something made, that's great, you're going to design it, but before you start the design process to present them with 2 to 3 ideas, you're going to take a fee up front just to cover your design time. And what that fee is very dependent on who your clientele is, how often you do this, what your time is worth to you. So there isn't a hard and fast rule about how much you should charge, but you should charge something. The other guardrail I recommend having in place for those of you doing custom work with stones, where you might have to do stone sourcing, get some sapphires or diamonds on memo from your suppliers. I recommend having a stone sourcing fee that can cover you for, say, the insurance necessary to cover a stone in your workshop, that can cover you for your time, that can cover you for all of those FedEx charges to ship back and forth. Highly recommend, and again, very dependent on your business, what you charge, but I highly recommend having it in place. Those two are really good guardrails to have in place, but are optional. This last one is not. You need to have a specific time frame for how long your quotes are good for. And let me tell you this cautionary tale that the one time I didn't do that, I got screwed. And what happened was I gave the client a quote. It was somebody I'd worked with in the past, and I had a high degree of comfort that they were going to move forward. It was during a busy time in my business, and so I didn't follow up after a couple of weeks, and I just kind of forgot. 6 months later, they came back and said, great, we're ready to move forward. Put in the order, great. Well, in that time, gold had gone up hundreds of dollars. And I had to go back to them and say, just head and hands, like, I'm so sorry, but gold's gone up. I can't actually honor this price. But I had not set a time frame. So it wasn't a great look to the customer. It was not a great relationship builder for the customer that I hadn't set a specific time frame. So you should do this. So if a client wants to move ahead with an order, or you send a quote on September 1st, I recommend having a 30-day time frame by which they need to say yes or no. And after that 30-day time frame, you're going to have to go through the repricing process again to make sure that the quote is still up to date. But I do recommend having a hard out time frame for all of your custom quotes so that the customer needs to make a decision before gold goes up again.